after the atrocity that was the Star Beast, I was not looking too forward to this episode. But I gotta do it. Whocember and all that. So, welcome back to Whocember, day 2. We are going to be reviewing Wild Blue Yonder, the second 60th anniversary special. So, we start off with something that is completely pointless and meaningless and doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, and that is the Doctor and Donna. The TARDIS is, in disarray because of the coffee spill from last episode, and they end up meeting Isaac Newton, who is race swapped. Because, oh my god, this whole cold open was freaking meaningless and contributed nothing to the actual story of the episode, so I don't even know why it was there. I would have rather you didn't have a cold open and we just started the episode. Now, we do need to talk about this race swap because, again, it's stupid. You're race swapping an actual historical figure. This is someone who lived, and we have factual information on what they look like, and you're contradicting that on purpose. I feel like that this was completely on purpose by Russell T Davies, just to get a reaction. He wants to see people react on social media, and good job, you did. There's a lot of people talking about how stupid this is. And to the people who defend this, these are the same people who probably defended Cleopatra and the Netflix doc being race swapped. You can't race swap someone who is a real life person. Factually, we have evidence of what this person looked like. They are real. How would you have liked it in the Rosa Parks episode? Rosa Parks was an Asian woman instead of a black one. You'd be going up in arms, but that's not right. We have documented evidence that she was black. Yes, so she should be black. Yes. Isaac Newton is white. Yes, so he should be white. There you go. Anyway, the TARDIS lands on a spaceship, and the Doctor starts some repairs on it using the sonic screwdriver. It starts rebuilding itself. Okay, he and Donna are going to look around. They're in a spaceship. Okay, cool. We get the part here, which is so stupid, and again, I heard it, and I just sighed and went, this is going to be another one of those episodes, huh? Where Donna asked the Doctor, she's like, hey, Isaac Newton, he was pretty hot. And the Doctor goes, yeah, he was. Oh, is that how I am now? So more implications of the Doctor's sexuality, that he's bisexual. Because when I come Doctor Who, this is what I'm here for. Now, I'm one of the people who I don't care about the Doctor having romance. But if he's going to have romance, let it be consistent with what we've seen, which is the Doctor is attracted to women. Even when they wanted to do the stupid 13th Doctor Yaz thing, and you had all these crazy people on Twitter, the Thasmin shippers, which are a plague on the Doctor Who fandom and need to be exterminated. Yasmin's a girl, so the Doctor, even as a woman, likes women. Just saying. This is stupid. Anyway, the TARDIS leaves because of the HADs. You guys remember the HADs, the Hostile Action Displacement System? They brought that back. The Doctor said, he's like, I turned it off years ago, but, maybe when it was doing its reset, turn back on. So, that sucks. So now they gotta figure out, we gotta figure out why the TARDIS ran away. What was the thing that caused the TARDIS to go, I gotta get out of here. So they find an old robot, and it's moving. It takes like a step forward and then kind of stops. It's a very old looking robot. We have a scene of them finally entering the control room of the ship, and I did like this part where the Doctor tries to learn 1 through 10 to learn the base code, and then he's like, okay, now I know the base code, now I can learn the rest of it. I'm like, that's cool. I did like that. He says the ship has been unused for 3 years. Except for an airlock that was opened, So he tries to get the ship working, but And he's like, okay, well, he goes into a room and there's like these like metal prong thingies that are in like a gel. There is again a good moment where Donna's like, "Is that gel like safe?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's perfectly fine." And he like tastes a bit of it, and then he like goes like, "Oh," and then he's like, "Nah, I'm just joking with you." I'm like, okay, I like that. See, if we don't try and do the stupid SJW messaging, what we can get. So then he tells Donna, "Okay, I need you to move all the ones from the bottom one to the top. I'm gonna go and try something else." Then he goes into another room and there's like a bunch of water and he's like, trying to move the water around. The doctor then comes back into the room and listens to Donna talk about, you know, her family, and she's like, "I want to get back to them" and all that. Then we find out that the doctor is still in the other room working with the water. So who's with Donna? Donna then walks into his room and we find out that shapeshifters. They're shapeshifters. Oh my god. And okay. This part I was like, okay, that's some pretty decent CGI on the shapeshifters, right? Like they got the 10th Doctor. Oh no, I say the 10th Doctor. The 14th Doctor one has big hands. The Donna one, her legs are kind of wonky. It's like, okay, that's all right, CGI, we get a bit of body horror and all that. I'm like, okay. But then we get them being chased by these creatures, and this is where I was like, oh, never mind. The Doctor Who effects are still crap. Because they get chased by these shapeshifters, and these shapeshifters are like become like super big versions of them, but there's like one eye is wonky and all that. It's like you put it in like Snapchat filter. It's not good. It's really not good. But the ship kind of shifts a bit, and as the ship shifts, the robot that the Doctor and Donna found earlier takes another step forward. The Doctor is sent through a wall, and Donna is pushed down 2 floors. So then we get a thing where they're trying to meet up with each other, and then they each end up in a room, and it's like the Doctor walks through one, and Donna walks through the other. So now it's like, okay, who is real? Of course, neither of them are with the real version of them. Donna figures that out because the Doctor she's with, he drops his tie to be like, okay, see, so now if you see me without a tie, you know that guy's a fake. And she goes, yeah, well, about your tie? Why is it no longer on the floor? And then look down, the tie's going, and the shapeshifter goes, oh, they stay on the ground. So that's fine. That one I was fine with. The Doctor one, however, they made this dude a freaking sissy. So they mentioned the flux from Whittaker's 3rd season, how it destroyed half the universe because the 13th Doctor is incompetent. And the Doctor still has some grief over that, going, I let half the universe die, let be destroyed. So I'm like, okay, some lingering things that the 13th Doctor never would have had because she just didn't care about anyone. And then we get a vague mention of the Timeless Child, where the Doctor says, I'm from Gallifrey. And Donna, the fake Donna, says, no, you're not. You don't know where you're from. Piss off, he's from Gallifrey. They make another vague mention of the Timeless Child later on, near the end of the episode. I don't like it. I would like it if we never mentioned the Timeless Child ever again. I want to decanonize, because it's not even canon, right? It's stupid. But if we're going to keep it, as long as we never specifically say it by name, or say the events of what happened, because he just says a lot happened when Donna asks, I am fine with that. I can deal with that. I don't like the Timeless Child. I think it's a stupid idea. But if we are going to keep it, as long as it's a vague mention and not a specific this happened, I can live with that. Oh, I also don't like the fact that they made the Doctor a sissy and he goes for a hug with the fake Donna, to comfort him. That's all. Come on, stop. I did like the part after where he berates himself for falling for it, where he kind of like smacks the wall, and then he's like, all right, I've had my tantrum, time to get back to business. That's fine. So we find out that these alien thingies were here at the edge of the universe, which is where we are. The Doctor deciphered that earlier, that we're at the edge of the universe. And these aliens were made evil. Why else? By observing our kind and seeing our war and hatred, and we see this in a billion other things. The Doctor finds out that the reason they tried to scare them is because adrenaline, getting that blood pumping, makes it easier for the aliens to copy them. And we find out that there's been like a noise knocking on the ship throughout the episode, and then it's like, what the hell's that noise? They finally open it, and they find it's the captain, who is dead outside. The reason the airlock opened 3 years ago was the captain killed herself. Why did the captain kill herself? What the Doctor figures out is because they could, so that way the aliens couldn't finish their copy of her and reach the universe, because she knew, the captain obviously knew, hey, if these guys reach the actual universe, we're in big trouble. So she killed herself. Why did she kill herself, right? Okay, don't want to let these aliens get there, but why'd she kill herself? Because she knew something. She had a plan in motion, and if the aliens fully copied her, they'd figure out what it is, and she didn't want that. So what she did is she slowly made the ship into a ball. Because these creatures can't understand slowness. That's why they constantly want you to get that blood pumping and adrenaline. They understand like the hyperactive fastness. They can't understand slow calming down, right? So the captain slowly over these past 3 years has made the ship into a bomb, and that robot they saw that's taking a step at a time is slowly carrying out the process. So then it's a race to stop the creatures from getting to the robot and stopping the ship from blowing up. There is a fun moment where Donna, punches the alien, and she's like, "Oh, that's therapeutic." So the TARDIS comes back. The Doctor gets in the TARDIS, and he goes to two Donnas and tries to pick which one, and he picks the wrong Donna because her wrist. But he figures out that she is the wrong Donna because her wrist size was far too long. And he kicks her out, he gets the real Donna, and we leave. Made the Doctor look like a bit of an idiot for picking the wrong Donna. You'd think he'd know his friend, but okay. So we get back to the same alleyway that we left from the last episode, and he's like, "Oh, we're a day or two late." And who is there but Wilf? Wilf is there. All is right in the world. Bernard Cribbins, rest in peace. This man is great. So nice to see him. He is looking thin. But, when you figure out why, the dude is in his 90s, It's nice to see him and David Tennant again. It's also nice. And he's like, I told the rest of the family that, they should hunker down and wait. I'll be the one to wait for you both, because I know the Doctor will come and save us. And they're like, save you from what? And he's like, people are going crazy. And you see, like, people in the street are randomly, like, attacking each other. And he's like, everyone's going crazy. You have to help us. And then we end off with a plane crashing. And that's where the episode ends. That's Wild Blue Yonder. Okay, overall, I think the effects of this episode are wonky. CGI. The ship looks really good. I really like how the ship looks. Like, when I was seeing, like, the grand scale of it and seeing them go through it, I'm like, wow, that is a pretty good effect. I will give them that. The effect on the ship is very, very well done. And it makes me very happy that Doctor Who can get that now. The shape-shifting is very 50-50. Sometimes it looks really good, and then other times it looks like it put in a Snapchat filter, and is awful. Again, soundtrack is great. It has like a synthwave space trance thing, and that is my jam. I'm all for the synthwave. So that is good. It's Murray Gold. Like I said, vague mentions to the Timeless Child. I don't want it to ever mention Doctor Who again, but if it has to stay, and they want to keep it in continuity, it's not in continuity. Timeless Child doesn't count. But if they want to keep it, then a vague mention and not a specific, hey, this happened, just stuff happened, I'm fine with that. So overall, I didn't hate this episode for the most part. Besides, like I said, the vague timeless child thing, which was more an annoyance than anything, to be honest. But the stuff at the beginning, like the Isaac Newton race swap and the implied by Doctor, made me roll my eyes and go, "Oh, great! What am I here for?" But after that, I thought the episode was fine. I could never really enjoy it though because I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, like the Star Beast. Where I'm like, okay, we're actually having an episode, be told, and then the shoe drops and we get a sledgehammer in the face of woke politics. I was waiting for that in this one. I didn't really get that, so I'm very thankful. Sitting on this episode for 2 days, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. Debating giving it a 7. We'll see. Obviously, I'd watch this over the Star Beast any day. But I think maybe I'll come back to it when we have the final 60th episode done. I may reappraise this and give it a 7, bump it up to a 7. But for now, we're doing 6.5 because this episode in a regular season of Doctor Who will probably be the episode where you're like, that was good, that was fine, but and you don't really remember it. That's what this is. This was a standard episode of Doctor Who. In a normal season, I probably would have given it a 7 and been like, that was fine. But where we are with Doctor Who, it gets a 6.5. Might be bumped up to a 7. We'll see later on. But that's going to do it for my review of Wild Blue Yonder. Did you like the episode? Let me know. If you didn't, also let me know why. And I will see you all next time for whatever's next on Whocember.